YouTube's happening. It is Tuesday, October 14th, and we're talking NHL first today. We have 8 games on the slate today that you see before you. We got to go ahead and break down these games, stat sheets, props, everything we always do. I do need to pull up how yesterday went because we had a bunch of plays yesterday. You know that. So here we go. Burns only had 1 shot on goal and did nothing else the rest of the game. Boston, Tampa was that second period was madness. So many goals. Ended up being a +1, so that was a push. Pass. Barzal hit 3. DeBrincat had 3 at least. Martian did absolutely nothing. He had 0 shot. Like, what are you doing out there, buddy? What are you doing? New Jersey and Columbus ended at 5, so we got hooked again. Another hook. See, that's the good thing. The way we do things around here is we either hits, or when we miss, we barely miss. We don't. It's very rare that we miss very badly. Like Martian had 0 shots on goal. You're gonna have those occasionally, but those are rare. That happens. Hartman only had the 1.5. Did not get the 2.5 for us. It's sad. We said in the video we chased for the juice because the juice was too good based on his history of 2 games. So, but the 1.5 did hit, so we got that. And then the under 6.5 in Utah, Chicago was nice there too. So. Overall, not a bad day. It could have been better overall. So if you want the plays typed out for every single sport, go check out the HQ. Simple as that. Spreadsheets, numbers, everything there. Come join the chat. It's all there. So enough of that. We have 8 games. We're looking for some value. Let's see if we can find something. Let's jump to that first game right now. Okay, so we're going to jump into it. We have our 8 games, so we're going to move quickly for this. And let me go ahead and pop on over here to the sheets so we can show it. Looks like the first game on my sheet is going to be Nashville at Toronto. So we need to go find that on our list. It's right here. We see Toronto's a pretty heavy favorite at 170 with a 6.5 total. Spreadsheet, load them up, and you see we have our numbers. We still haven't hit 5 games yet, though, so everything's going to look the same on a couple of these columns. 5 versus 2 points. 12 versus 24 shots on goal, maybe for Toronto. Maybe if you want under hits for Nashville, that could be a thing. If you want to play hits, you could. Other than that, nothing really stands out for me here. That cancels that out. That cancels that out. So I'm not really. I'm not leaning a side. I'm not leaning a total at all. I'm leaning Toronto shots on goal. Makes sense? Let's go over here. Now, somebody pointed out in the comments, said, "Hey, don't forget about the goalies." And I said, "Ooh, I completely forgot about them." So, lineup experts. We used to look at goalies every game so we can kind of see who's going to be out there, their numbers and what have you. Some have no stats, but hey, whatever. That's what we have here. So these are expected. These are our goalies. We can look at them. There's nothing showing up here. I don't know why. Why there's a blank? I don't know. But usually we'll see things like their goals against, their save percent, their fantasy points if you care about things like that. So we can see that stuff, but not yet for them. Not yet for these two for some reason. So whatever. We'll go to props. Bounce on over here. This is Outlier. Link in the pinned comment. Go get you a free week. It's worth it. Obviously, you see I use Outlier for every single video I do. So change this up. We want to do put editors and Maple Leafs first, and we look at last 5. We go for anything for shots on. Here's our props I use in case somebody wants to, mimic this on Outlier. There's not many to choose from for NHL, but I do shots on goal, saves. Let's add saves because for some reason it wasn't on there. Points, goals, blocks, and assists. I don't care about face-offs or fantasy score, goals against, any of that. Hits, maybe. I don't do hits though, but I put it on there in case maybe you do. So let's see what we got. We have 4 options that we got. O'Reilly, both for goals or points. Goals or O'Reilly? All right. 4 out of 5, huh? All right, show off. Forsberg assists, and then there's the one thing, it shots on goal, but for the wrong team. So, but we'll look at it. I'll show it to you. I'm probably not taking it. So, yeah. 3 average. Toronto is 11th at only giving up 27 shots on goal per game. So if you're gonna get this, you're gonna earn it. And so he's only got 2 so far. I don't love this. So you know what I'm gonna do? If I don't love it, we're not pushing it. We're gonna pass. We're gonna be smart. Remember, sometimes the best play is no play. So I'm not gonna. This will be nothing here for us. So based on the 11th ranked defense currently on shots on goal, I'm not taking it. It could hit absolutely, but I don't want to sweat like that, so we're going to pass and move on to the next game. All right, moving on to game number 2 is going to be Seattle and Montreal, and currently, there it is. Montreal is 139 with a 5.5 total. We go to our spreadsheets. We see it is the first home game for Montreal and the first away game for Seattle. Is that right? I got to make sure it's right because the sheet's still brand new, so there will be some errors I need to correct occasionally. So let's see. Away home. No, yeah. But Seattle's played 2 home games versus Anaheim and Vegas. Now they're on the road. Okay, great. And then Montreal played 3 straight road games against Maple Leafs, Red Wings, and Blackhawks. Now they're facing. Okay, hey, whatever. I guess that makes sense. Cool. So let's look. 25v10. That's Montreal defense is clearly better here. 9v1. Yeah, under's what's calling my name so far between these two. Absolutely. So yeah, you've given up 1 goal per game on average. So 3 goals all season is what you're averaging. Or 2 goals, I'm sorry, 2, not 3. 2 goals. All right. That's it's like with Joey. I think that's who it is. So 21v9, 26. Those two cancel out. Defense here. I'm leaning under based on this line right here. Just 3.67 allowed in two on average between the two. They're scoring 5.8. The total's 5.5. Under 5.5 is plus 116. So let's pop over here and look at the goalies and see if it is who I think it is. Let's see. Yeah, it is Joey. I knew it was Joey. I just couldn't remember his last name. So Joey is a 0.96 goals against this season with a 96.8 save percent, huh? All right, dude. That is disgusting. Remember last year, anybody under 2 we would consider a beast. Like, you don't want to take points against dudes like this with this number. Now, given it's only been 2 games, we want at least a sample. We give him a little bit of time to get that average close to where it should be. But Joey's one of the better ones last year. Sam's 2-5, 1-1, 89. Anything below 90 is not that good. Sorry. This last season we learned that wasn't that good. Really, anything under 92 probably wasn't that good. So, but 96, damn. So yeah, I'm definitely leaning under the 5.5 for sure. So I don't know if I trust Seattle's 25th ranked offense to score on Sam. So let's go ahead and pop on over here to the numbers. See what we got cooking. Oh, way too many. Too fast. Bring back the NHL. Thank you. Change this to Kraken versus Canadians, and we have everything here. We have shots on goal for somebody who's a 23rd rank here. So let's take a look. Brandon Cole is going to have shots on goal against Seattle. Montreal shots on goal defense is 9th. Seattle's 25th, so we'll look at him too for sure. Points, blocks, shots for you. Anybody else we want to take? Both defenses are too good. I don't know if I even want to look at blocks. We can look at blocks. Points, I'm not going to look at. I don't want to do points for either one of these. Sorry, I just don't. Yeah, no, I'm not doing it. So we'll see about shots on goal for you. 3.4 average, 2025. You're at a 3.5 average. You've had a 4 and a 3. Your average 2.5 and a plus 105. See, Montreal is 9th in shots on goal at 26.67. So if you do take this, hopefully he gets the bulk of them because he needs 3. It was his head-to-head. There's 2 games versus Montreal last year, or yeah, last season. He had 4 and 3 as well, so you could take this if you want to. Cole Caulfield, let's see, 2025. He's had 4, 3, and 3. His number's 2.5. He's at minus 140. Now, Seattle does have a lot. He's at home too. That is enticing. That is very enticing. Jordan shots on goal is really high. 2025. He's at 2 and 4, so he has a 3 average on a 135 as well. And lastly, we have Ryan blocks. 2025. He's at 4 average on a 1.5 and a minus 135. So Seattle is number 1 in blocks, and Montreal is, well, it doesn't matter. Montreal's blocks. So if you have blocks, you want a team to take a lot of shots on goal too. And Montreal's 26 in shots on goal, so I'm gonna take you off. This ain't bad, but I'm gonna take it off. I like the under better. I just think I like the under. If I had to pick, I'm not taking you. I'm taking Cole because I'm gonna go against Seattle's giving up 31.5 shots on goal, and he's at home. If I had to pick, I'm taking him. Sorry, I'm just going to. So if I had to pick between this and the under, which one would I take? This or this? I think I'm going to go this because I don't trust Seattle's offense on the road. So they're not good as it is, even though they're 2-0. Yeah, give me under 5.5. So under 5.5. It's plus 2. It's plus 1. What is it? 116 on Profit X. Okay, cool. I can take that. So under 5.5 is my play. Moving on. Next. All right, game of 3 is going to be Edmonton and the Rangers. Where y'all at? Edmonton, there they are. Found you. It is Edmonton, 127 on the road with a 6.5 total. We go to the sheets and we change this up to New York. Thank you. First road game for Edmonton. That ain't good. That automatically makes me want to lean the Rangers, who have already played 4 games. Why have you played so many games? That is crazy. Let's see. 2nd in defense, 8th in defense. You can't score much, which we know that because you got shut out in your first game because I bet on you. Fox could get a point. Nothing could happen. But 1.25 in the last, or for the whole season, is pretty damn good. That comes up to a 3.75. Your total sitting at 6.5. Unders 129. I'm already liking the under. That's nice. You can't even get there on the over. That's 5.5 here. Under, yeah. 2nd in shots on goal, 11th. Number 1 shot on goal defense. So yeah, look at that difference. My God, Edmonton. That is crazy. All right, let's go look at some goalies, shall we? And see who we got. Edmonton, and so we got Stewart versus Igor. Igor's got a 0.67 goals against because Igor is good. We know this. Stewart is, Stewart. That's just all I can say. We know Stewart from last year. He's all right. He's not amazing, but he's going to be serviceable. We'll call him that. Igor's good. So, props it is. Again, I'm leaning under. Again, I know, crazy crazy times. Let's see, because I don't like unders, but I like winners. So we do not want shots on goal for anybody in this game, but we'll look at them anyways, because that's only 3 things we have to look at is shots on goal. We don't have points, we don't have blocks, we have nothing. So if you care, 475 for Mr. Mika. So if you want to take him, by all means, be my guest. I'm not doing it. 2.5, 109, 4.5. Technically he meets, but you're going up against the #1 shot on goal defense, who's allowing 18.5 per game. Good luck with that if you do take it. Fox shots on goal 2025. You see he's at 275. He had 4-4 through 2 with a 1 the first game. 1.5 line. He does qualify based on this. 134 is a little pricey. I like the under better. So no. And Evan, on his 2025, he is the 3.5 on a 2.5, qualifies, 110. Again, not taking it. I personally like the under. So based on this line right here and this line, offenses aren't that good. Defenses are really good. It's small sample size, I know, but that's what we do. Well, hell, they're 1 game away from the full sample size. They are 3 away. So, but I'm going to go under, what was that line? Let's go find it. Under 6.5 right there, 129. That's my play. Next. Game 4, Tampa and Washington is what it looks like, and there it is. It is a pick'em essentially. 104 is a pick'em. 5.5 is our total, so let's go to the sheet. Let's pop this over to Washington and see our numbers. And offense v defense, those two cancel out, nothing for us. That versus that cancels out. That versus that. If it's within like 10, it kind of cancels out. So that's very close. Those are the same. Both of these are good on hits. They both give up a lot of hits, so this is going to be a very violent game. This is going to be a violent game. Penalty minutes are going to be high. Absolutely. Tampa likes to fight. Washington is like, nah, we don't want none of that. So we'll see what happens there. Who's going to be more aggressive? Probably Tampa, but it's probably going to give Washington a little bit more power play potential. So I don't love sides or totals in this at all right now. So nothing I want to take in this one. Goalies, what do we have? Come on down. There we go. Both confirmed. Love that. Andre versus Logan. I mean, pretty obvious. Force. What are you doing? What is this? 85%? Hell, I could score a goal. That ain't good, and I can't skate. What's 203 is average. That's not bad, but 466, you need to figure it out. That ain't good. So let's pop over here. Again, don't want to take a side. If anything, based on the goalie goals against, I gotta go Washington if I had to pick, but I don't have to pick. That's the beauty of it. I can go over here and click on this and say, hey, maybe I want to take a prop and see shots on goal and everything. They're both red shots on goal. So yep. 23 saves. How many goals are you going to give up? Let's take a look and laugh at it. Points, blocks. They're both top 8. They're both 8th ranked at blocks. So we'll look at that. So you, shots on goal, 2. I mean, your average is 2 on a 1.5. That ain't good enough. We want a 2.5 average on this. We want that to be 2.5. We want a cushion on there, just like all the sports. No cushion, no play. So not a chance. We'll come back to the goalie. Hedman blocks. He is sitting at 3.22 with a 2.3 on a 1.5. We want we want this 2.5 or it doesn't qualify. If it doesn't qualify, we don't want it, especially at 140. That's expensive. No. Oh, Andre, let's point and laugh at Andre real quick. 29 and 26, great. 4 and 5. He's allowed 9 goals in 2 games. Your over goals against is 2.5 at -150. Washington is one of the 3rd worst offense at hell 2. Yeah, this is why we don't touch this game. This is an absolute pass, 100%. I don't want nothing to do with it. Next. All right, game 5. It's going to be Vegas and Calgary. Come on down, and we see as Vegas 152 on the road with a 5.5 total. We go sheets, change sheets to Calgary, and we see, what do we have? Anything stand out? Offense is good, defense is bad. That's great for Vegas. These two kind of cancel out, so Vegas could be a lean. OT1 means they lost in overtime, and their streak is 1. So it's either win, loss, or OT loss. That's all it is. So 2 overtime losses, huh? Good job, Vegas. 9 and 18, so that leans Vegas on shots on goal and Vegas shots on goal defense. So maybe a Calgary under shots on goal. If you see somebody's a 2.5 that shouldn't be there, you could potentially take that. I did almost never take those because there's always a shot on goal, or I'd rather sit out. So 2nd on hits versus 29th in hits. Yeah, interesting. So Calgary looks like they're going to be more aggressive. Vegas is going to be more aggressive shooting. Offense is going to be better for Vegas, but their defense is equally as bad. So this combiner here comes out to a 7 even. This comes out to a 6.33. That range alone puts us well above 5.5. So over 5.5 might be the play here, especially with these defenses being so bad. Let's go look at the goalies to see if they match up in the badness. 3, 2, 3, and 4. Yep, that's a 7, 2, 3 me. I can do that math. Simple math. 85%, 86% ain't good for goalies. They need to be 90 or higher, really 92 or higher for me personally. So over is absolutely going to be an option. 5.5. Let's go. Props. Can we get a good prop in this one? Let's see. Boop, boop, and boop, boop, and boop. Let's see what we got. Jack for 2.5, William 2.5, Frost 1.5, Theodore 1.5, and then Coronado points. I guess we can look at all these since I already clicked them. So Jack 2.5. See 2025. He's averaging 3.67 on a 2.5. Does qualify. Pricey. I like the over better. So that's going to be a no for me. William, $142, huh? On a 3, on a 1.5. That's not bad, but I want this back-to-back twos. I would prefer like a 3-3-4 option, not a 5-2-2. So no, go away. Frost, let's see, 2025, a 0? Are you kidding me? I can't trust somebody who got goose egged. Not a chance. And then Theodore, 3-3-4. You can see how he's done. That's better. 3-3 over 1.5. That looks good. 145 is a little pricey though. When I can just take the over for 118, I mean, that's probably the play. And then Coronado get a point. A point might be good against these goalies because these goalies are not good. I mean, Aiden Hill's at a 3-2-3 goals against. Coronado could probably easily get a point here. So, but he does have a 0 here, but it's points. You're going to have less points overall. It just makes sense. So, and plus 100, not bad. You could go a point. I'm going over 5.5, but I would not be mad at a point play from Coronado either. So I'm going to take this because of both goalies, mainly because of this screen. You see the goalies and this screen. The defenses are bad. Offense is decent. Yeah, so I'm going to go over 5.5 next. Okay, we got what, game 6 is going to be Minnesota and Dallas. We move it along, baby. Dallas 180. Dallas, them heavy lines again. 5.5 is our total. Let's pop over here and look. Dallas. Top 4 offenses. Oh my. 5.5 is our total. Already leaning over. Defenses are below, like you're red. There's 32 teams. So if you're 25th, that means you're 7th worst. You're close there. You're below average. Top 4 offenses. That's 9.3 combined. That's 7.3 combined. So that's a lot higher than 5.5, ain't it? I think so. So in the 6v26, we can take a shot on goal from Minnesota. We can take shots to goal from. This is over all day. This is over. Let me show the goalies. This has got to be over. Jake's coming off to a rough start too at 384. Phillips at 303. Dudes that were beasts last year are struggling out the gate so far. So it happens. You got to get in season form. So, but hey, I'm getting a 9 average on offense versus a 5.5 total. I got to take that. That's a nice little setup. So let's go over here and look at the props real quick. See if there's anything that might look better than an over. Anything at all? No. I mean, there might be. Points, goals. Goldie has a goal in 4 out of 5. Blocks, assists, shots on goal, and goals. Robertson has a goal in 5 straight games. All right, Jason. All right, see you, buddy. Plus 140. You know he over. I'm not even looking at these. This is done. We're going over 5.5. I have 4 totals and 2 passes. The hell's going on? I have no props. Weird day overall. So let's move on to the last 2 games. All right, 2 games left. We got Carolina and San Jose now. Currently, Carolina 258. Remember how bad San Jose was last year? Well, they're already starting. Anytime you can get plus 2.5, I take it. I don't care who's playing who, especially at home. 1.5 or plus 105. We're going to look at 2.5 too if the numbers tell us to. So 6.5 is our total. Let's pop over here and see our numbers make sense. San Jose is, oh my God, they are bad off. They can score, but that is a 10 total for them when they play. But they've not lost a game. They've lost 2 in overtime, so they have 2 points. So are they good or they bad? They're going to be in shootouts apparently, which is, hey, I'm cool with that. Carolina, number 1 offense. What's our total? Am I taking another damn over? 6.5 at plus 107. I'm thinking it. 2v31. Now you're going to shut them down a little bit, I think. And then that versus that. Carolina 1.5, 104 could be a play. Carolina team total could be a play. Let's go over here and look at our goalies real quick before we make a decision. And we got Frederick at 288. Again, Frederick was a beast last year. He's struggling. Alex, Alex is always around that number, it feels like. So nothing impressive there. So props. Let's go to props. Take a look. Load them up. Hurricanes and shots. And we have very few. We have Taylor Hall shots on goal. We have Will Smith shots on goal. And we have Jarvis goals, period. All right. Anything to look at here. That's 4. Terrible. That's not good. No, that's 2 and a 3. 2, 5, and a 1, 5 technically meets, but 145 is too much. Not a chance. Not against Carolina. Their 4th ranked defense. No. And then Jarvis goals. Jarvis has 3 goals in 2 games. 145. It might be worth a bite, especially against San Jose. Last ranked offense. They're giving up 5.5 goals per game on average. Look at this. That is crazy. And they played both their games at home. So this is their third straight home game. So yeah, over 6.5 for plus 107 looks like a winner to me, doesn't it? Let's pop here real quick because I kind of like the idea of Carolina team total. So we want team props. We want Carolina goals. What's the line? What's the line? You can get 4, an even 4 for 1.5. They're averaging 5. So even. So now I think San Jose is going to assist with this a little bit. So I kind of like the over 6.5 better. So let's go back. Come on down here. Yeah, 6.5 for plus 107. I'm going to go for that. That is another total. Oh my God. 6.5. I have 2 passes, 2 unders, and 3 overs. What the hell's today? Not a single prop has looked good. So let's move on. One more game. Last game, Pittsburgh and Anaheim. And Anaheim is slightly favored, which is kind of weird, but hey, whatever. We have 6.5 as our total. Might as well look at that because we're probably going to take that too. Change this up to the last one. Anaheim, and first home game for Anaheim. Pittsburgh has already played a road game. 5v13, 30th at 4.5 goals a game. These defenses have been struggling this year, haven't they? For most teams, there's a couple doing great, but 1v21. We want Anaheim shots on goal. Absolutely. 39.5. The highest I saw last year was Dallas at the start of the playoffs at like 34, 35-ish. 39.5 in 2 games is ridiculous. So, yeah, give me that versus this all day. So, and they're at home too. Yeah, good stuff. Let's look at the goalies just to make sure nothing's too crazy. We got Jari versus Lucas. Lucas was a beast last year. You were all over the place last year. So, man, weird times. So let's go ahead and change this to this game and see who we got. We have Russ 2.5 shots on goal, and we have McTavish points. I almost want to make an executive decision and look for a Duck shots on goal, if you don't mind. Thank you. Maybe a Zellweger, maybe a McTavish 2.5, maybe a 105. Maybe Carlson. Look, we're going to click through these. You're number 1. You get a little more attention for number 1. So Russ shots on goal, if you want to see those, he's averaging. Well, he's only played in 1 game so far, so that doesn't tell us much. So yeah, no, goodbye. Zellweger 2025. You are 3-1. I don't love that, so we're going to get rid of you. Sorry. McTavish shots on goal. He's at 2-4. He's a 3 average on a 2.5 with a plus 100. Could potentially. I know it's a 2, but I might still take it. I might roll the dice with the plus 100. Carlson is at currently 4 and a 3, so he's a 3.5 average on a 2.5 with plus 150. Last season, you see he didn't get much love, but except for the last game at 8. Wow. 2025 though, he's stepping up. Then lastly, Terry, put it in reverse, 1 and 3. Don't love that. So if I want to take somebody, I want to take somebody I know who's going to take the shots. I'd rather take McTavish at 2.5 at 100 versus Leo. I feel like, is there any way I can see stats on shots on goal? Let's see. Let's see. I don't know. I'm going to do matchup. We'll see what happens when I go to matchup. Just kind of curious, clicking around here with the last game to see what's going on. Storm IR. Cool. Good to know. I think this is nice. This is enticing. This is he has 2 games. It was Seattle and San Jose. Let's click back and go find these 2 teams. I know they both play today, so let's go back over to the spreadsheets. Let's do a little hunting. So San Jose, double click, come on. San Jose is 31st in shots on goal. Can't get worse than that. And Seattle was up here versus who? Montreal. What's Seattle looking like? Shots on 25th. Okay, so 2 terrible teams against shots on goal. This is the best one he faced. So these stats might be a little inflated. A little bit inflated because he faced 2 very bad team shots on goal wise. So I think the smart thing is, I think I'm going to pass. I lean Mason if I had to pick, but I think I don't want nothing to do with it. So based on all that, based on this, I don't want nothing to do with this game, so we're going to pass and just call it a day. I'm going to have 5 totals. That's all we're going to do. Weird, I know. Back to the schedule it is. Oop, there we go. Tomorrow will be Wednesday. There's only 4 games, but we'll still do a video. Don't worry, I got you. We'll break these 4 down. I appreciate being here. Drop a like, subscribe. Let me know in the comments where you're playing. Let me know if I miss anything. Other than that, check out the HQ. Check out Outlier. Check it all out. Drop, subscribe. And I'll see you tomorrow, Wednesday, for some more NHL. Peace.